I cannot believe it. I thought this was impossible, like a growth spurt in my 30s. I didn't think this was something that would ever happen here. I feel like I'm 9 years old and I just watched a birthday party magician pull a quarter out from behind my ear. My mind is blown. Earlier today, former Prince Andrew was arrested following Epstein files revelations. For those that don't know, Prince Andrew was in a lot of the files. There were even pictures as well, very disturbing stuff. He was a stronger presence in the Epstein files than Obi-Wan Kenobi was in the original Star Wars trilogy. He was in there a lot. And there's been tons of allegations and a lot of evidence and a lot of ties with Epstein. But I think most people, myself included, just didn't expect anything to happen because that's been kind of the protocol recently, where the Trump administration in particular is constantly just telling the American public to move on from it and it's not a big deal, stop caring. Pam Bondi struggles through her lobotomy to try and get a story straight about where she stands with Epstein files on if they exist or if they don't, if they're on her desk or what's going on there. It seems like everyone kind of plugs their ears when Pam Bondi's around and they don't fill her in on the talking points, so her story's never cohesive. The only thing she sticks to is that Epstein files are all out there and we're done. And there's nothing more to be done about it. Justice has been served with 0 arrests outside of Maxwell. And of course, Perjury Patel loves to lie about it. Todd Blanche also takes a special kind of joy in letting people know that, yeah, most likely nothing's ever coming from this. It's not a crime to party with Epstein.
Is there any chance that any of these individuals who partied with Epstein and engaged in, relations with minors will be prosecuted? Any chance?
I'll never say no, and we will always investigate any evidence of misconduct. But as you know, it is not a crime to party with Mr. Epstein. And so as horrible as it's not a crime to email with Mr. Epstein. And some of these men may have done horrible things. And if we have evidence that allows us to prosecute them, you better believe we will. But it's also the kind of thing that the American people need to understand, that it isn't a crime to party with Mr. Epstein. It isn't a crime to have
Didn't look like that's all that was going on some of those photos. I mean, if the photos could speak, some of them look pretty bad.
That's right. And unfortunately, photos can't speak. And so we need witnesses and we need
Are there videotapes that you all have?
Yeah, there's a lot of videotapes, actually. But according to Todd Blanche in this administration, that's not like actionable evidence. Yeah, there's nothing here. Everyone's making a mountain out of a molehill. But interestingly enough, it seems like other places in the world are taking it more seriously than America is here, this administration. Internationally, there have been a lot of powerful figures that have come under intense scrutiny and have stepped down or been relieved of their position. And now we're seeing Prince Andrew be arrested in the UK for his involvement here in the Epstein files. And they're investigating that, seeing what's going on there. That's more than this administration has done. The Trump administration, still 0 fucking arrests outside of Maxwell, whom they're doing everything in their power to ensure has the most luxurious time in prison possible. Now, normal, sensible people with a functioning frontal lobe are all celebrating that it's an arrest in regards to the Epstein files. Finally, hallelujah! That's a pump your fist moment. That's a certified finger-wiggling situation here. But weirdly enough, there's one person who's real tore up about it here. I'm telling you, this guy looks like he's got the suds right now, like fucking SpongeBob. Trump's extremely sad that Prince Andrew got arrested.
I got a question about some of the big overseas studies of former Prince Andrew arrested by the police there, related to something with Jeffrey Epstein. Do you think people in this country, at some point, associates of Jeffrey Epstein, will wind up in handcuffs too?
Well, I'm the expert in a way because I've been totally exonerated. That's very nice. I can actually speak about it very nicely. I think it's a shame. I think it's very sad. I think it's so bad for the royal family. It's a very, very sad. To me, it's a very sad thing. When I see that, it's a very sad thing to see it and to see what's going on with his brother, who's obviously coming to our country very soon, and he's a fantastic man, the king. So I think it's a very sad thing.
What a fucking odd response. It's sad that someone has been arrested in relation to the Epstein files. Why? Why shouldn't they be investigated? Why is this sad? Why is this cause for tears? Like, he looks like he just watched the ending to Marley and Me. He's looking emotional as shit right now over Prince Andrew's arrest. Why is this something sad? Like, not a single mention of, like, the victims ever from Trump, really. He never really seems to care about the victims in the Epstein case. It's only ever, oh man, there's a lot of innocent men here that are getting roped into this, and that's the real victims. That's the real sad story. Guys that, just wanted to talk baseball with Epstein and all of that kind of shit, getting labeled nasty stuff. Man, that's the real bitch of it. It's so wild to me that when it comes to Epstein, Trump's MO is move on, it's not a big deal. Yeah, the most infamous child sex trafficker in this nation's history, had a bunch of clients and all of them are getting away with it. Big whoop. Go cry about it. Kick dirt, pussy. Let's move on. It's nothing that anyone should ever care about. All of the rape, the torture, the murder, all of that stuff, it's not a big deal. That's small potatoes. Get over it. And then when someone like Prince Andrew gets arrested in regards to it, he's like, oh, no, that's sad. That's really sad. We need to take a moment of silence here. That's sad stuff. Please, won't everyone play a sad song on the world's smallest violin for Prince Andrew? This is a really heartbreaking scenario here. It's like watching an ASPCA commercial. I couldn't believe it. I shan't believe it when I saw Prince Andrew was arrested. Oh, my lord. An entire tissue box was expended, wiping the tears from my eyes. What a weird response. It's very clear this administration is desperately trying to do everything in its power to distract and deflect from the Epstein files and try and minimize just how important this is, how big of a deal this is. And now he's trying to sell you on this pile of dog shit here that it's like a bad thing that Prince Andrew's been arrested. And I guess maybe for Trump and his friends it is a bad thing because there's a chance Prince Andrew might start squealing. He might let the cat out of the bag and could implicate some other very powerful people in relation to Epstein. So maybe that's why he's so tore up about it. It's just so fucking crazy that he doesn't even try and hide it. And he doesn't need to. His fan base will absolutely just swallow his whole cock at all times for anything at all.
A stunning royal arrest. Former Prince Andrew taken into custody from his home in the English countryside. It follows growing revelations about the alleged connections between the late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein and Andrew, the former Duke of York and brother of King Charles. Thames Valley Police saying the arrest was on suspicion of misconduct in public office.
This seems like they're pursuing it pretty seriously. I imagine an investigation is underway where I would, again, guess that they find a lot of evidence on Prince Andrew and Epstein's connections and some really fucking horrible, heinous shit. Now, I've got a little hunch there's a little someone special out there that's also starting to sweat profusely after seeing this news of Prince Andrew's arrest. Victoria Hervey. Victoria Hervey had a relationship with Prince Andrew quite a while ago, and she's got a very interesting take on Epstein.
That was very powerful. So like if you were on the scene and you were powerful, like to be honest, like if you're not in those files, it would be an insult because it just means that you were a bit of a loser.
Right. So the people who aren't in the files are losers.
Yes.
Okay. Are you in the files?
Well, of course I am, because it's any journalist that wrote about it.
That's an astonishing attitude, isn't it? You're the loser because you're not in this. I find that jaw-dropping.
They're just so brazen now. With her whole chest, she says it would be an insult if you weren't invited to party with Epstein. You're a loser if you didn't party with Epstein.
Police have been looking into emails in which Andrew apparently shared confidential government information with Epstein. The latest batch of released files showing Andrew forwarded reports about foreign countries and trade opportunities to Epstein in 2010, when he was serving as a UK trade envoy.
Charles, how long have you known about Andrew and Epstein?
But the scandal has been growing for years.
That clip they show in the segment right there where someone said, how long have you known about Andrew and Epstein? And the crowd erupts in shock and awe and disgust. Like, they're upset that someone said something about it. That blew my mind. Like, is everyone there just okay with it? They all rolled their eyes collectively like, oh, here we go, Epstein again. Can you just let it go? We're trying to ignore it. Like, what the fuck? I'm hoping I'm having like a bad read on what happened there, but I think it came across pretty clear that the people there were not too pleased to hear Epstein's name brought up there. They'd rather just pretend that it's not real, I guess. Which is crazy. And that's exactly what so many of these powerful politicians that have engaged in these unthinkable evil acts want. And people, just sheep, are okay with it. They're like, oh my God, look at this guy who went out of line and said something about Epstein and Andrew. This is crazy. Can someone shun that guy? Can we get him out of here?
With other allegations, including of sexual misconduct against Andrew, including from Epstein victim Virginia Roberts Giuffre, seen in this picture with Andrew. The prince asked about it in an infamous interview in 2019.
She described dancing with you and you profusely sweating, and that she went on to have bath, possibly.
There's a slight problem with the sweating because I have a peculiar medical condition, which is that I don't sweat.
That one is a timeless Prince Andrew classic. That one is an iconic moment from Prince Andrew's time on Earth. I actually made a video on that 6 years ago. His defense was, this couldn't have happened. This is a big, bold lie. This is a fib because, well, I don't sweat. Even though there is so much proof of him sweating, this guy sweats. He's a fucking sweater. He sweats a lot, actually. It was the wackiest fucking defense. But again, he got away with it until very recently, it seems. And I guess it's not even clear if he hasn't got away with it. He's been arrested, but he's not, in jail or anything yet. They're still investigating. So, it's possible he still gets away with it. But for all of this time, he hadn't even been arrested or anything. So even, the worst fucking lie ever to protect himself about not sweating was enough. It's just so blatantly corrupt across the globe. They don't even bother trying to hide any of this or even cover it up at all, really. And people just excuse it. They just let it go. Like in that clip a moment ago, where someone brings up Andrew and Epstein and everyone's like, fuck you, buddy. I'm busy being a blind worshiper of this political figure. Come on, man. I'm busy trying to not think for myself. It's so sad and scary. Now, anyway, in America, obviously there haven't been any Epstein-related arrests since Maxwell, of course, and if Todd Blanche and the rest of the administration is anything to go by, it doesn't seem like they're interested at all in pursuing anything Epstein-related with clients or co-conspirators, anything like that. It doesn't seem like they're actually pursuing justice in any way, shape, or form. They're trying to hammer home the point that you shouldn't care about it, get over it. They are literally saying that. So it doesn't seem like there's any arrests coming to anyone there. And there have been a couple of very powerful people that have lost some of their positions at the corporations that they were a part of as a result of the Epstein files due to public pressure and scrutiny. So there have been some people that stepped down here, but again, no investigations, no arrests or anything like that. So it looks like they're still getting away with it. Even though they might not be at those mega corporations anymore, they still have unfathomable wealth and are not punished for their involvement in these Epstein files and all of their fucking crimes or anything. The administration is not interested in pursuing it, it seems. But who knows? Maybe Prince Andrew's arrest is the first domino to fall, and we'll see tons more arrests of these evil, vile people that are pulling the strings behind the curtain that have gotten away with this evil for so long. Now, I want to put a little bonus clip in here because something else has just recently happened. A new name, well, I guess not a new name, but more information has come out with about Leslie Wexner and his involvement in the Epstein case, and a very interesting moment has just unfolded as he was being asked questions.
It was just regularly done. Answer the question.
His lawyer there said, I will fucking kill you if you answer another question with more than 5 words, okay? And then Les Wexner starts giggling about it. Do they teach that in law school? Is that part of the bar? I don't know if I've ever seen that strategy there from a lawyer. That's pretty alarming, I would think, right? Maybe? Yeah? I mean, come on. That's peculiar, right? For his lawyer to be saying something like that? Now, this is in an Epstein deposition. He also said some very fascinating stuff about Rothschild. Like, this had quite a bit in it, but this moment right here was by far the most odd. I would think most people would see this, hear this, and immediately recognize, okay, this is fishy. Anyway, though, Prince Andrew being arrested is good news. Don't let Trump fool you into thinking that it's sad news. An arrest finally being made in regards to Epstein. Oh my goodness. Maybe we can actually start getting punishment for some of these fucking monsters out there and learn who else is a part of it. Like this, I think this is a good thing, the arrest of Prince Andrew. Well, I should have seen this coming. Prince Andrew has been released. That didn't last very long. They got him in there, and then they said, okay, time's up. He's still under investigation, supposedly, but yeah, he's not being held or anything. He was arrested, but he's now released. The investigation, supposedly ongoing. I made this video, like everything you have watched up until this point, I made this afternoon, and now this news is just now breaking about him being released, so definitely need to include that in here. I'm hoping that they're taking the investigation seriously, though I'm now skeptical because, well, I mean, they already let him go. That was very quick. He was there for a couple hours, maybe. He went in there, took a nap, and then went home, I guess. Well, that's the latest update on the Prince Andrew arrest. All right, well, that's really about it. See ya.